Today we are going to explore scene scale and materials. Let's look at this small cube. It is a 1 by 1 by 1 cube, and there is nothing special about it. You will notice that it is 1 by 1 by 1. This means that one unit from this point to this point represents 1 meter. That is the default scale. Because of the history and development of 3D modeling over the years, some modeling applications work in different scene scales. This does not mean those applications cannot work in a 1 meter scene scale. It is absolutely possible. However, many already authored assets use scales other than 1 meter. This can become a bit of a problem because game engines generally work in a 1 meter scale. It is not a deal breaker, but it can be an inconvenience, and in some cases, it can add complexity to the asset import pipeline. I will import this chair model, called some chair. You will notice that the scene scale automatically adjusts to accommodate this model. Manifold has a very easy way to convert it to a 1 meter scale. We can use this button, and you will see that the model is scaled correctly. The problem is that the scene has scaled up to accommodate this model. So the scene is currently in a 1 centimeter scale. We can change this by simply clicking this button and everything is back in order. This button brings the object back up and this button brings it back down. Of course, you can do this manually and then freeze the object, but we provide a one-click solution. Easy. The issue becomes more complicated when a rigged model with animation is already in that scale. This model is in a 1 centimeter scale. I will create a cube and you will see that a 1 meter cube is this large in the current scene scale. We can convert the character to a 1 meter scale and you will see that the model becomes a giant model. So instead, we can simply click the skin component and automatically convert it into a meter scale. We will also change the scene scale to 1 meter and press F to focus on the character. Easy. Next, we will change the workspace to animation. Make sure you go to Preferences, then Experimental and enable animation. Once animation is enabled, we can change the workspace to the animation panel. You will notice that the animation works correctly because the animation was also converted from a 1 centimeter scale to a 1 meter scale. Everything is automated. That is it for scene scale. We are going to work on materials. Materials in Manifold are pretty straightforward. Here is a cylinder. I will select these 5 faces, then we will go to materials and create a new material. The material is created. We can select an object and double click the material to apply it. I will reapply the base material. The base material is the default material that is persistent in all scenes and it cannot be edited. Alternatively, we can select specific faces and apply a different material to them. The great thing about this material system is that we can go into face mode and use materials for selection. Let's change this material to a slight orange color. We can click Select to select the faces of the object that have that specific material assigned. For example, if I click Select on the base material, it will select the faces that have the base material applied. For my material, I can click this button and it will select the faces using that material. This is a very useful tool to work with. You can also apply alpha or make a material double-sided. For example, we will delete this cylinder and create a plane. Let's make it 100 by 100 and set it to 2 by 2. If we look from the other side, there is nothing visible. Of course, if we select it, we can still see the wireframe, but the material itself is single-sided. If we make the material double-sided, we can see it from both sides. This is really a rendering feature, so keep that in mind. It is very useful for billboards, tree leaves and objects with alpha that are meant to be visible from both sides of the face. We can also change the color live. which is great for applying material ID colors for texture baking. You can see that for baking, we can use material colors like this to assign material ID.